Fit like a bee, Dannyman here, and welcome back to another episode of Train Life. It's a beautiful day here in Germania. It's 8:15 in the morning. We have loaded up some wagons here at Munich, Maine. We're gonna set off now. Hold on, before we set off. We ended the last episode down here. I took a little drive up solo in the fog, got to Munich, Maine, and the fog has now just disappeared, which is awesome. Picked up 12 wagons, mail wagons from here. Now we need to create a route. The reason I didn't pick them up from here is because there was no way to get into the Munich warehouse, bar reversing or coming this way and reversing back in. It was better just to go down to the Munich main warehouse, pick up the wagons, and then we can head through to Munich on our little route. So let's create a route. So we're going to go to Munich warehouse, and then we'll go in past Stuttgart warehouse, and then Mannheim. I was going to go Saarbrücken and then up to sort of Cologne, but we have an issue, and the issue is, yes, when we head back onto this line here, we can't go, there's no junction that feeds into this line, so we'd have to go forward again and then turn somewhere and then reverse back out. We don't really want to do that, so let's go to Frankfurt warehouse, because we can actually just go on this path and go along. Then we'll go to Cologne, and then we'll go to Aachen warehouse. Right, so that is our mail route. So we should pick up a decent amount of mail. We'll apply that to the GPS. We shall press confirm, and we shall be good to go. So, heading off, we are the mailman once more. Sweet. It'll be nice to get up to a decent speed limit and stuff as well now that the fog is gone, because the fog was a real issue. Someone did leave a comment saying that in 2 weeks' time there's going to be a sort of bigger update, and we are hoping that the AI trains come back. So that would be nice if they did. We might take a little break from Train Life until that update lands, and then we'll see if we've got the AI trains again, because it'd be really cool to get that. But yes, 80 km/h through the city speed limit. Magical. So much better than 40. We'll just pray that we don't get any fog sort of between now and where we're going. Now, we'll make this a two-parter, so we'll go to Stuttgart and then we'll go to Mannheim. We'll end the episode there. We'll then go to there. In the next episode, we'll go from Mannheim to Frankfurt, and then we'll head to Cologne warehouse and then down to Aachen. It's just a little short journey between these two, so it should be perfect for a sort of episode. And we have to do the drop-offs and pickups in between, so that also takes time. And I have to remember how to do this. Right, so push A, right, go to Munich warehouse, 3 services. 2, I want station access. I want 1 to go back. Then I want 3 to get the postage service. So we are waiting till you go to the proceed to the indicated track. Okay, all good. Now we'll take the power off because we're gonna be slowing down to 50 pretty much as we enter the warehouse boundaries here. So we'll just let it coast into the station. Now, unlike the random deliveries, this, like passengers, also has a time limit. So you need to deliver your mail or get moved to where it needs to be within a certain time. It looks like my drop-off point is over there on the right-hand side. So it's going to ask us to turn right here. That is going to be just fine. And then it's going to want us to stay on the left. So we shall stay on the left. Excellent. And then we're good to go. Right, we will let the train coast in. We're going to go to this outside view, and I'm going to try and eyeball exactly how far down the tracks the end of the train is. Don't want to be sort of blocking that main line. I want the train to be in this section. We'll add a touch of brake. Where's the end? Yeah, so we've got quite a fair distance. We'll maybe take off a little bit of brake, get it slowing down. Yeah, we want the end of the train to be fully in this section of track, and then we can do the offloading. Unlike automatic unloading, we're not actually dropping off the wagons. we are literally unloading and loading them. Now, because this is our first pickup, we'll only be loading mail, but at the other stations we'll be unloading and loading mail. So that's all good. Right, we are stopped. Pop the handbrake on and push V. Opening doors. Nice. So once the doors are open, they will start loading the mail onto the train. Once that's done, we need to close the doors again, and then we can head off to our next stop, which is Stuttgart. Excellent. Push V again, and the doors are closing. Very nice. Right, as soon as that's done, we'll be able to head off. We'll be able to look at our mail consist as well and see exactly how much we've got for each stop. In fact, let's just do that now. So if we go into company, I want to check my employee list. Casper Hendricks is actually ready to level up, so I'm going to assign him a perk point. I want you to take more wagons, please, and then back. Now he is currently doing a task, so before I can add more wagons to his task, I'm going to wait for him to finish. He's currently doing a run right now. I don't want to stop him during the middle of the run. Unfortunately, there's no edit for the task, so you have to actually cancel the task and then re-add it. So that is, we're just going to leave him at the moment. Now Sophia is close to leveling up as well, and she's also at 98%. So she's going to level up soon. She will actually be finished her task when she levels up. So we'll be able to rework her task and have her take more wagons when she's actually done that. Right, so let's crank up a bit of power. Let's get us up to 50. Once we re-enter back onto the main line going through the city, it'll give us that 80 km/h speed limit. And then once we've left the city, it will ramp up to 100, 120. This first section has a lot of twists and turns, so I'm expecting to be able to speed up and then have to slow down a lot. There's the 80. There we go, speed limit changes, and we are off. We'll jump back into the cab. Sophia Demu has leveled up level 6 and has 1 perk point available. Right, so here is what I was meaning by this. So go to the company, go to my employee list, click on Sophia. Right, we want to assign you a perk point. Now you've got a pretty decent wagon limit. Another thing I'd like to do is this perk modifies the speed at which events are dealt with and stacks with other modifiers from things such as locomotive parts. Okay, but we're going with the wagon limit for the moment. So come out of there. Right, so she is resting, or she's travelling to the start. So travelling to the start is fine. We're not going to lose any money by cancelling her task. So confirm that, and then want to create a task. So she was taking livestock. So you take livestock, and then take your max amount of wagons, which is now 7, and then we're going to have you repeat the task. Right, confirm that. I need to give her the... So she was going from here. No. She was going from here to there. Yeah, but we're utilising this Aachen farm. Right, so she's now good to go. She'll go and do that. She'll head back to... She's actually resting now, so that's fine. Come out of there, go back, yes. Go to my train. So if we click on postage, we've got 17 mail for Stuttgart warehouse from Munich. We've got 19 from Mannheim. We've got some for Frankfurt. So our postage limit is 660 with 12 wagons. And we've currently got just below half of that. And that's only with 1 stop. So we are going to reach a time where there's more mail available for us to carry that we can't carry. So I think there's maybe a... You can maybe assign a better perk for your own self that allows you to carry more in mail wagons. I think that is a thing, maybe. We'll have to have a look. But we'll do that at the end if I remember. So, 80 km/h. We'll take it back to 30% power. That should hold it roughly around that 80 km/h speed limit, which will be fine. It might dip below or go above, depending on what the track gradient is doing. It should be relatively flat in the city, I would imagine, unless there's an overpass or a flyover we need to go over. Okay, right. We want to push over. No, we want to get onto this main line. That's totally fine. So onto the main line we go. See, it was telling us that the left-hand side was the wrong side, but it's not. Not yet. It will be soon, though, because we want to stay on the left. Now, there should possibly be a switch here. There is. We're not going to use this switch. I want to stay on the right-hand side. Since there's no AI trains, I want a bit of uniformity, staying on one side rather than switching sides constantly. And I've now gotten better at switching sides. So if we just click left here, then we know that we're going straight on at this switch and we're not heading off to the right. And that's the direction, the shortest route. That's the way it wants us to go. So we'll stay on there. We'll go back to Q and we'll stay on this right hand side. Should all be good. And then we should be exiting the city of Munich and we may get a speed limit increase. Possibly, maybe, hopefully, who knows. We're currently speeding by 2 kilometers per hour. That's not the end of the world. We're not actually going to get fined for that. We're still getting the occasional frame drop as well. Not much we can do about that though, because it's not a problem at my end. It's I think it's game utilization issue. It needs to be optimized a bit more, but again, it's still early access, so this is not the final product, so it might be totally fine upon full release. We'll just have to wait and see. Right, so it's still 80 kilometers per hour. It's going to go down to 70 because these corners here are pretty wild. I'm pretty sure our train is going to be able to handle it. There we go. It's back up to 80 again, so it just drops to 70 for that little small section. Now again, the switch indicator down at the left hand side is telling us to go right. We don't want to go right. We want to stay. It was telling us to go left, but we want to stay on the right. We do not want to go left at all through any of the junctions in this area because then that'll send us up to this. I think it's a grain mill, possibly. But we're up to 100 kilometers per hour speed limit now, so let's try and crank up the speed. We've also got an incline, so we'll add a bit more power so that the train does not have difficulty getting up this hill here. There we go, use all the power you've got. And we're up to 110 as well, that's nice. Okay, and then we're going downhill again, so we can maybe bleed that off. There's an 80 speed limit coming up. Uh-oh, add a bit of brake, add another bit of brake. Whoa, that 80 sort of just came out of nowhere. Just sort of caught it on the top right hand side of the screen. Yeah, just for going round that corner, it wanted us to slow down. Now we're back up to 110. And the next speed limit after that is 70. Why? Because there's another hideous bend coming up. Okay, duly noted there, game. So it's going to ask us to slow down, possibly I would say at the other end of this bridge. At the other end of this bridge we're going to get a slow down to 70 section. So we'll just take the power off and we'll let the train sort of coast. We'll maybe add a touch of brake. We are going slightly fast. There we go. Take the brake off. Add a bit more power to keep it at 70. And then we're back up to 100 again. So it's a real speed up, slow down section of track. It's not over yet. I know that there are other bends further up that are pretty wild. Because we've actually come across this section of track before. So up to 120, that is awesome. So let's try and get up to 120 as fast as we can. And the next speed limit change will be down to 100. I don't know where that is going to take place. I think up here, because this bend up here tightens a bit more. Oh yeah, it's going to happen here. So bleed the speed off. Bleed the power off. Down to 100. We're all good. Watch out, animal near tracks. Near tracks, animal on the tracks. Okay. Does it say near tracks means that it's like at the side of the tracks or it's on the opposite track? Actually on the track means that it's on the specific track you are traveling on, I think. That's down to 80, so let's bleed off some speed. The Bambi is approaching ever so quickly. I can't see it. I mean, it should just be 200 meters away. That's down to 60. It's there. It's on my side of the track. Move, Bambi. 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 There we go. Saved another deer's life. Let's head outside the train here. Yeah, because you can see the back of the consist coming round. It's pretty nice. Try and keep the speed up to 60. Next speed limit is 120. We're going to get the 120 as we come around here. In fact, it's going to be right there. There it is. Awesome. So 120. There we go. We're no longer speeding. The train is going downhill. That's going to give us a little bit of speed as well. And we want to be turning left, but not yet. So we'll stay on the right side as we go through this switch. And then it looks like it's going to drop us down to 80 kilometers per hour as we go through there. So change it over to the left. We're not going to go through that area that is up there, the Munich forest. There's no need for us to be going through there. We'll just sort of bypass it on the left. Try and keep the... I've bled off a severe amount of speed there. Need to keep that speed up. So Q, stay on the right again. And we're back up to 120. So we'll let that climb as well. Next speed limit is 110. Don't know where that's going to be, but we should be all good. We'll crank it up to 100%. And maybe start slowing our speed increase there. Yeah, it's going to be here going around this corner, because this looks like an interesting corner also. Is it going to be as we're going around it? Or is it going to be fine? I think it's here, right? Yeah, 110. Okay, 110 it is. Right, we're coming around. I still don't know how. I think I'm quite close to Stuttgart, actually. The next speed limit is going to come down to 100, yeah, because there's another bend. We're basically following the river here, and where the river goes, then the train track goes also. So it's going to slow us down to 100 just as we enter this corner here. There it is, 100. Excellent. So we'll stay at about 100, 102 is totally fine. And then round we go. Right. Stuttgart pump jack. So we're just sort of leaving the Munich area and we're entering the Stuttgart area. The Stuttgart warehouse is what we are potentially looking for. So once that pops up, we'll be able to radio them and tell them that we're inbound with mail and that we shall also require station access. So this stays at 110 for a while. Still just going to keep popping the radio up now and again to see if the Munich warehouse is available. We'll maybe wait a touch now. This has come down to 80. Or it's coming down to 80. I think we're good. I think we can handle this corner at 110. But it looks like we're now entering the city limits of Stuttgart. So maybe just keep it at 100. Oh yeah, right. We are in Stuttgart. So if I'm in Stuttgart, why can I not... Oh, that is. 2. Stuttgart warehouse. 3 services. 2 station access. 1 back. And I want 3 postage delivery. Excellent. Now, we are going to be moving left here. We don't want to go off to the right, because I believe, yeah, that's going to take us somewhere we do not want to go. So after this section here, we're going to push Q and go over to the left. That's all good. It's so much better having the 80 kilometers per hour going through the city, because the 40 was just mind-blowingly slow. Now hopefully this doesn't have too much of a complicated drop-off area. And there are some areas that do have a super complicated drop-off area. This one looks pretty fine. Right, we are currently speeding. And I am going to have to slow down as we come into the warehouse. Yeah, grab me a little bit more speed, please. And we're getting there. Now, as we know, Stuttgart is quite a long city. You can go through Stuttgart for quite a while. Now, I forgot to reset my tracks. You can't change the switch that's occupied by a train, yeah. That's basically telling me that there's no switches in front of me that I can change. And I think I need to be on the right hand side to get into the Stuttgart. I do. Uh-oh, please tell me that there's a switch up here. There should be. I mean, it doesn't matter. We will get into the station anyway, because both tracks will head off to the right. Both tracks will split off to the right. Right, so we've got a switch here. That's fine. And then we're going to be going into the warehouse is right after this switch. So we're crossing over just before the bridge. That is awesome. I'll keep the speed sort of ticking down. So we'll take the power off. We are going to head right again. We'll get ready on the brakes. There might be a few quick switch changes as we head into the warehouse. Now this is going to come down to 50. It's not going to come down to 50 yet. Once we've passed through the dwarf signals and these signs up here, then it's going to come down to 50. I'm happy to let it coast. Casper Hendricks has completed a delivery of 5 wagons of grains to Cologne grain mill. Excellent, well done, Casper. Right, it wants us to push over to there. Yeah, I can see. So this is basically pretty much the same drop-off as it was at Munich. It's the same sort of setup. There are ones that you have to literally drive past, and then you have to reverse the train back into the area where you need to drop stuff off. Maybe we'll potentially get one of those at some point. Maybe not today, but I think there are a few stations that have them. So again, we're going to wait and try and eyeball where the consist is for getting it in line here. I suppose we could just go right to the edge of where the red track's there, and then we would know that the train is in the place where it's supposed to be. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we've come to a halt. Get the brake on, take that off. I want to check something. So, company, my train. Yeah, I've still got an hour and 50 minutes before this mail needs to be delivered. So we are actually early. That's really nice. Now I want to go to my employee list. Casper. So you are travelling to start. I'm going to cancel that task. Confirm. Now you are going from Cologne to Cologne. So create a task. Passengers and postage. Absolutely not. You're taking cargo. You are taking grain. And I can now up you to 6. Excellent. Now you are going from Cologne Farm. And then you are going to Cologne Mill. So that's him now back on the same route. And he can now take grain. And there's always grain available. So we're all good. So you are going to repeat the task. Confirm the task. Off you go there, buddy. Well done for leveling up. We've got an event. I don't know what an event is. I just don't know. No idea. Right, so we are here though. The handbrake is on. If we push V for opening the doors, And here it will unload and load mail. So departing postage, the mail is being unloaded. Excellent. And then we're loading the mail. Excellent. And then we'll see how much mail we've actually got on board after this. We didn't drop that much mail off here at Stuttgart. I think it was like 17 letters or something. So we've not really freed up that much space. Driver, dashboard, company, my train. Oh yeah, I'm at 528 now. And we're going to be dropping 19 off at Mannheim and 6. So 25 letters. Which will give us 503. So I suppose that's maybe enough to take on what we need. Some of these are wild paydays. 121,000. Money obviously goes down. 191 for Cologne Warehouse. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's get back on the road again. And we are now heading for Mannheim. Now, I'm going to jump back into the cab. It wants me to go right. Right is totally fine. And we'll see how we get on. Should be good. Hopefully no fog rolls in. Fog is really the only thing that can hamper your delivery times. And obviously not paying attention to the speed limits. Going way slower than you should be going. Is possibly another reason. Well, wants me to head left here. But I want to get back onto my right hand side of the track. I just feel safer doing so. And let's go. Right, so we are heading up to an 80 zone. Okay. So the train should technically be heavier now. We've got a bit more weight, a bit more mail on board. I don't know if that is really simulated. Watch out, animal near track. That's okay. There's an animal on the train tracks in the city. How did it get there? Or is there? No, because the virtual exit. We're literally exiting Stuttgart now. No, I don't want to go over to that side. So I should get a speed increase coming up pretty sharpish. Yeah, 120. 120 is the next one. Okay. In 200 meters, our Bambi friend. Oh, there he is. Walking on the. Floating. Levitating on the side of the tracks there. That is a unique skill. What an interesting deer. That can literally float in midair. Again, early access, so you're always going to see stuff like that in an early access build of a game. Right, so I am going right. Where's my speed limit increase? 100 for this right hand side track. Okay, 100 is fine. Let's boost up the power. Next speed limit is 120. Excellent. So we are going to be in Mannheim in sort of no time at all. You no longer have access to Stuttgart Warehouse. Great. 120. Sweet. Keep going then. Keep the speed going up. Yeah, I'm going to stay on this right hand side. I like the right hand side. We'll soon be at 120. This is a nice area. This cutting that's sort of walled off cutting there. It's pretty cool. Adds a nice little added bit of scenery to the game. Something different from where you see in other parts of the map. So stuff like that is always very cool. Okay, so we're sort of holding at 120. This is all good. Next speed limit is 120 as well. Are we going uphill? I think we are potentially maybe losing speed. I don't know how far we are away from Mannheim. There is a little rural area, this little rural area here. But that surely can't be it, right? That can't be us entering Mannheim. We've only just left the city boundaries of Stuttgart. Huh. 120 speed limit. Wait, where are we? We can't be there already, right? Mannheim Forest. Mannheim Warehouse is actually showing up. Okay, since it's showing up, it's gone. It's just gone there. I think we are getting closer to it. Speed limit is 120. That's all good. We're sort of holding at 120. $121. We should lose a bit of speed as we're going around this corner though. Because, well, physics. We are losing a lot of speed. Am I on an incline here? It does look to be going uphill slightly. I do see another yellow bit of track on the map. I think that's the route up to Frankfurt though, right? Right, try this again. Frankfurt Warehouse. We're closer to Frankfurt Warehouse than we are at Mannheim Warehouse. Mannheim Warehouse, numero uno. 3 services. I want 2 station access. 1 back, and then I want 3. I want your postage service. Right, we're still doing 120, which is fine. Massive frame drops there. We are on the right hand side, but we are going to push over to the left, and we're going to bypass the Mannheim Forest. There's a Bambi on tracks. He was extremely lucky because I was going really fast there. Oh yeah, 131 kilometers per hour. Oops, my bad. Maybe that wasn't the best time to radio Mannheim that we're coming in. But it's done now, so we're literally good to go. We dodged the Bambi. We ended up going on the right track to Mannheim, so that's all good as well. And I currently want you to push over to the right hand side, because I think Mannheim Warehouse is another one of those warehouses that's going to be in the right. So we're getting an 80 speed limit coming up soon. It does want us to push over to the right, and that's awesome. We're starting to see the boundaries of the city, the sort of edge of the city, so we'll have to slow down soon. Next speed limit is 80. Okay, where's that going to kick in at? Okay, I'm actually going to take the power off now and just let it coast along. In fact, I'd like a touch of brake. And then let it coast along again. And it wants us to go to the left. Okay, we're going to the left. And we need to look for our pickup point. So I can't see the red arrows for delivery. There's one of those places, one of those points I was speaking about. So Q right. Where do you want? Ah, they're there. Okay, I see them. I see them. I see them. It's okay. We have to go further up, and then we have to reverse into this area here. We technically should be on that right hand side, but this track will fold back in to the other one, so we're going to be all good. And because I now know that I have to go all the way to the end, let's just go there. Alright, so we are going to go. Technically I should have been on that track on the right hand side, and once the edge of the cons is past that junction I could have reversed in. But what we'll do is we'll head over to the right. We'll make sure the entire consist of the train is on the right hand side, past this junction, and then we should be good. Right, so take the power off. We are technically exiting the station, but that's fine. Right, slow us right down. I can't see if the edge of the train is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, the edge of the train is not past where we need to be yet. So just creep it forward. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 11, and there's the last one, 12. Okay, come forward a touch, bleed that off, pushy, get the brakes on. Now what we are going to do is go into here, we're going to swap sides. Okay, my little selector thing is gone. That's sweet. Right, let's go. So we want to be Q for going left. Now we'll jump outside again. So we want to go left. That will take us onto the track, and then we want to go left again. So 2 lefts. And then we should be good. We should roll back onto the track we need to be on. So if I'd been on the right track, I wouldn't have had to come this far out of the station. It's okay, we're going to get to where we need to go. Yeah, so just past where the crane is, we should see the back end of the train start to push over onto the track that we need to be on. Left, left, left. Uh-oh. Where are we going? There it is. Right, it's going over the left-hand side, so we're all good there. And then we should be able to drop the stuff off over here. Now I'm kind of hoping that the arrows are still there, so it's still gonna work. Let's push for a bit of brake. Nah, do we need brake? I think I do, because I think literally this train could be the length of the siding. Nah, there's a fair distance to go, and we're gonna be in it. Yeah, we're good. So yeah, as soon as we're in the red, we can start unloading. Okay, so push, handbrake on, get rid of the brake, and there we go. Opening doors, system will remain blocked. Now that might have wasted a wee bit of time, but I think we should still be relatively early. We are departing post. Systems will remain blocked. There we go, we're boarding post. And I would imagine that the train is going to be full with 660 mail after this. So V, close the doors. It's 1900, it's 7 o'clock, let's push M. Company, my train, yeah, I've got 660, can't take any more. 81 is being delivered to Frankfurt though, another 83 to Frankfurt, another 65. So we've got a few bits and bobs to drop off. These would have had more, I think, except from the fact that we are full. Now we're going to offload a fair chunk of mail at Frankfurt, so we should be sort of okay. When do we need to be in Frankfurt for? 7 hours, so it's 7 o'clock at night now, so yeah, I think we're going to be fine. So like 2 in the morning, we need to be there, right? Yes, 2 in the morning, okay. So that's going to be all good. 6 hours and 56. Is this still going down? I think it is. I don't think this actual menu stops time. Or does it? 1901. And let's come out of there. It's still at 1901. Excellent. But we're going to leave it there for this first half. And then we'll cruise on again down to, or up to Frankfurt. Frankfurt is going to be our next. We want to go back to the front of the cabin. and we are pretty much good to go. So I'm actually going to pause it there so it doesn't burn away my time while I'm doing the outro. But yeah, we're going to leave it there for that episode. As always, if you did watch this and you would like to leave a like, comment or dislike, please feel free to do so. And if there's more you would like to see in the future, then hit a subscribe button. But I've been Danny Man, this has been Train Life, and I will catch you later.